April 26, 2012. Do you remember what you were doing that day? I do. It was the day that Andrew Luck, RG3, Don Terry Poe, and many others saw their lives change forever. For me, however, that day was very different. I sat at home with my friends and family waiting for 3 days to hear my name called, but it never happened. I waited months after the draft for a call for even a tryout, but that never happened. I had moved on with my life. I had given up, faced the harsh reality that my dream was just a dream and nothing more. I stopped playing football completely, got a job working for my uncle's tire shop, and I had moved on. Then one day while working, a man came into the shop. He was old, in a wheelchair. He had only one arm as he had lost the other in combat. He had no family left, no wife or kids, but he told me a story. He told me a story about how when he was a very young boy, he had dreamed of becoming an NHL player. Played from the time he was a kid all the way through elementary and middle school, but he didn't make his high school team, and he quit. He looked me in the eyes that day and he told me he had a lot of regrets in his life, but this was the biggest. After hearing this, I went home and for the first time in 4 years, I stopped feeling sorry for myself and I started training harder than I ever had. And that's what brings us to today. So I have received 4 offers from 4 different teams in the NFL that in this video we're going to have tryouts with. And if we perform well enough by getting 4 out of 7 passes completed for more than 5 yards, they will give us an offer. And at the end of the video, you guys comment down below what team you want me to be on, and I will choose the most popular team that you guys want. So the teams that are going to give us a tryout and are giving the 27-year-old quarterback a chance are the Chicago Bears, which I was pretty happy about. Definitely a very solid squad. The Buffalo Bills, great defense, good secondary. Going to be interesting to see how that all goes. And then as I scroll over, the San Diego Chargers, Phillip Rivers is kind of on the end of his career. Great defense, amazing secondary. Not the best like receivers to throw to, but there definitely is some serious potential there. And last but certainly not least, we have the Giants, who over the past few years are potentially getting a little bit frustrated with the play of Eli Manning. Gonna give me a chance. Tons of stars around you. You got Barkley, Odell Beckham Jr. I'm gonna go jump into the first tryout, which is gonna be with the New York Giants. I'll see you guys there. Okay, so here we go. First tryout is with the New York Giants. I gotta do my best. I gotta try and complete 4 of 7 passes for at least 5 yards to get an offer. Overall, what I see with this team, nice throw over the middle of the Shepherd. I see the perfect kind of home for a rookie QB. If I'm a rookie QB coming into the NFL, which I am in this, you have so much talent around you. And as a quarterback, there's nothing more important when you're coming into the league than having people to throw to, having guys who can kind of take the weight off your shoulders, because you might not be ready for the league, but guys like Odell Beckham Jr. are going to be able to help out so much. Getting ready, you got Evan Ingram, Barkley, who in the next few years is going to be like a super stud in this league. Nice throw over to Lewis. That's 3 completions, 1 more completion, and we do secure an offer from these guys. Let's see, what can we do here? Let's go Barkley in the flats to strike, because I definitely want to make sure that I get an offer from these dudes, and that is a miss. Okay, I have 2 more chances to get 5 yards with them if I'm going to get the offer from these guys. Shepherd over the middle, make the catch. Let's go. That is going to do it. Going to throw 1 kind of deep ball to Odell Beckham Jr. while I talk about it. Overall, I just think this team is a really, really good situation for a rookie QB. If I were to show you guys the depth chart, which I'm not going to do. Actually, I'll do that really briefly. You can see halfback, you got Barkley, tons of talent. Receiver, you got Sterling Shepard, Odell Beckham Jr., guys to throw to everywhere. Evan Ingram, who is a 90-speed tight end. As a rookie QB, that is so huge. You got a good O-line. You got a good defense. Like, you got Janoris Jenkins. You got Landon Collins. A ton of great players on this team. Definitely going to be a team that I think you guys are going to be somewhat interested in, and you might actually choose. I have no idea, but let's move on to the second tryout. Okay, so the next team here is the Chicago Bears, and you can look at Mitch Trubisky as a negative. Like, why would you go to a team that has a rookie quarterback, super highly paid, super, like, expected to be really good, but he's kind of had a rough rookie year. I feel like the Bears aren't 100% sure about them. If they're giving me a tryout, they're for sure not sure about him. They have lots of good receivers on this team, much like the Giants. A lot of really, really good talent. Their O-line is struggling. As you can see, I'm getting sacked very easily here. I'm only 1 for 3 with passes, so I really got to pick that up if I'm even going to get a chance to play for these guys, which I would like to at least have the ability, roll out, make the throw on the run, and I cannot quite do it. Okay, I can't afford to miss another throw. I am currently 1 for 3 with these guys. Maybe I'm not meshing with the receivers. This should help, as that is not a good defense whatsoever. Complete to Allen Robinson. There's a lot of really good players on this team. There's also, like, I wouldn't say the Bears are someone that in the league I think that is close to kind of being back to where, like, the old school Bears days where they were just straight dominant. I don't see that with the Bears, but I think there's a lot of potential on this team. I think if I were to come in, I would probably have a chance to start a little bit quicker than I could if it was the Giants there. I ended up completing 4 of 7, so I do end up getting an offer from this team. I'm going to show you guys the depth chart real quick, just so you know everything going into your guys' decision. Halfback, you have Jordan Howard. I actually took this guy in fantasy a couple years ago randomly in like the late rounds. Best fantasy decision I ever made. Wide receiver, you have Allen Robinson and Kevin White. Kevin White hasn't had the best career. You can kind of help him out though. With his frame and his speed, he should be a dominant receiver. And you have Gabriel, who's also 94 speed. A ton of receivers who I'm really interested in. You have Burton, who's really good as well. Aaron Hicks on the defensive end. Their defense isn't anything that's going to wow you anywhere, but they're definitely like good enough where they would have potential to like get stops to win some games. That is the Bears. It's time to move on to the next tryout, which is with the Buffalo Bills. So next up we have the Buffalo Bills, a team that I'm not like crazy fond of, but I see the most early starting potential. They do have Josh Allen, who's a guy who was brought in. He wasn't the earliest of picks, but he's someone who they're definitely going to be interested in playing. I don't think I'd come in here day one and have really a chance at starting, but I do think if you look at the tale of most rookie quarterbacks coming into the league, that he's probably not going to be dominant in his first couple of years, and there would be more room than there would be in a New York to start earlier. The problem with the Bills is they're not the greatest team in terms of like offensive weapons. I don't look at them and see a bunch of guys who I'm like, I can come in and throw to them and have great success. LaShawn McCoy is kind of at the dying part of his career. Not saying that he's not a good running back anymore, but he's definitely a very, very pass prime. I got to complete a pass here to get 4 to even complete this tryout and actually get an offer from this team. But their tight end situation, they got Benjamin, who's kind of coming back from like a pretty low point in his career. He had a really hot start and then struggled for a very, very long time. Okay, I have to complete this next pass if we're going to at least get the offer here. Benjamin is definitely a very interesting case. Someone who I would actually be quite excited to play with, though, as he's got a really, really big frame. There we go. We hit the pass to Charles Clay. So we are going to get a tryout from this team. But Benjamin, with that frame and stuff, I could see him being a target favorite of mine if I did decide to go with him. His spectacular catch and catch in traffic stats are insane, just like they were in Carolina. So he'd be a really, really fun guy to play with. Gonna be interesting though. I'm not 100% sure about this team. I'm curious what you guys are gonna think. Let me go ahead and show you the depth charts real quick. Running back, we got LaShawn McCoy and Ivory, 2 really good running backs actually. Receiver, Benjamin, 84 overall. After that, there's a pretty big drop off, but all these guys have pretty good speed. They're not bad receivers, I wouldn't say. Charles Clay, 84 overall. Not really my type of tight end though. Little bit short for my liking at that position. Defensive wise, not a bad defense. I look at that. They're a very fast defense, but they're not amazing. They got Tre'Davious White, who's a great cornerback. At free safety, they got Jordan Poyer. So they do have really good safeties and one great cornerback. So their secondary is nice. Doesn't affect me a lot as a new quarterback coming in though. Curious what you guys think of the Bills. Let's move on to our final tryout, which is with the San Diego Superchargers. The last but certainly not least team in this whole situation is the San Diego Chargers. One of the greatest reasons for this team, I know you're probably looking at it and thinking, okay, Phillip Rivers, he's on the late part of his career. They don't have a ton behind him at the quarterback position. I could really see myself coming in and in like 2 or 3 years time being the main guy. I missed 2 passes though, so I really got to get that together if I'm going to at least get a tryout. Okay, nice throw to Green. They have talent. I don't think they're the most like talented team in the league. I don't know if I didn't mean to call them San Diego. That's completely my fault. But there is a lot of potential here. You have Keenan Allen, who's like a top tier receiver in the NFL. You have Brandon Oliver, and Melvin Gordon, obviously, at the running back position, who I've actually met in person, which is pretty cool, who definitely make it a lot more enticing. I could see in like a year's time, there's no way when I come in I'm going to be better than Phillip Rivers. That's not even a thought that's going on in my head that I should even have a chance to start early on this team. But in reality, if you look at the future, I don't think he has that many years left. It's not like they've been going far in the playoffs lately either, where it's like, okay, the guy is completely untouchable. He's not. That's 4 out of 7, so that's going to actually get me the tryout or get me the offer right there, which is what makes it difficult for you guys now, is you are forced to pick what team I am going to be signing with, which will lead us in to the next video and that whole reveal. I don't know why I'm doing a bunch of different like movements here. I wanted to do one more play, and it's turned into this long ordeal of audibles and this weird situation that's going on right now. I'm just going to take the low pass. Okay, let me show you guys their depth chart. Okay, so running back, Melvin Gordon. I thought Brandon Oliver still played for them. I guess I'm completely wrong. Keenan Allen, Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams. So good receivers. Not bad at all. Virgil Green, he's a 76 overall, but he plays better than that. Their defense, you got Joey Bosa and Ingram. Really, really good defensive line. Other than that, on defense, you're not going to be wowed, except for at their quarterback position, where they have 4 80 overall guys, which is really good. This is a defense that could potentially lead you pretty far in the playoffs. That's it for the tryouts. I am getting an offer from all of these guys. It's time for you to make the decision.
I wanna hang with my friends. Just wanna be